I would like to start off with a quote from a very well-known gentleman here at the Marist campus. His quote states, "Very few of us here today are going to have the chance to change the course of human history. But all of us will have a chance to change a small portion of events that affect the way you live your lives. But more importantly, how you affect the lives of those people around you." In 2009, I found my calling. As a historian in my middle school, I realized that I wanted to be president of my middle school. I realized that I had this potential deep within me, the chance to make change, to make others smile, and ultimately leave a lasting impact on the hearts and minds of those around me. As soon as I told my father the strong feeling that I held within me, he got up and said, "How do we make this happen?" Together, we wrote my speech, formed a strong campaign, and that June, I was elected middle school president. Unfortunately, in April of 2010, the year that I was president for my middle school, my father suddenly passed away to suicide. However, he had implanted in me this desire to never stop believing in those around me. He taught me how to take an idea and thrive with it in order to create a lasting impact on whoever I met in my entire life. The following year, I was a confused, lost freshman in high school. A 14-year-old girl constantly faced with the thought that I was labeled as the girl whose father tragically died. At that exact moment, though, I remember that calling that my father had taught me to thrive with. The calling to create change. The thought that I can change the life of anyone around me. For that reason, I decided to step of my own, to run for president, this time without my rock by my side. My father was not there, however, I remember that power that he placed in me. The power to believe that I could change one life out there. In January of 2011, I was elected high school president at West Islip High School. For 4 years, I served as my class president. However, I didn't solely accept the title of president. I worked for that title. After losing my father to such a dark place, I would get to school and face the fear of losing someone else to the same illness. I would walk through the hallways and hear people say, "Oh, if that happened, I'd kill myself," or "Oh, go kill yourself, it's fine, just go." However, to me, it wasn't funny, it wasn't a joke. I witnessed fist fights and stupid bickering. I knew that I had to do something about it. As I sat in my bed, approximately 7 months after I lost my father, I remember the last 3 words that he said to me as he dropped me off on April 23rd, 2010. Those 3 words, those words that mean the most to me, that I carry my life with, are, "I love you." I then took those 3 words and decided to do what he would do. I decided to strive with them. I'm going to do what he taught me, and I'm not going to accept the fate that life has suddenly handed me. At that moment, I created P.S. I Love You Day. With the help of my class in 2014, I was able to create this now national holiday. This year, it's February 13th, 2015. On this day, I ask everyone to wear purple to represent standing up against bullying, help those suffering from depression, and ultimately to prevent suicide, in hope that the tragedy that occurred to my family won't occur to any other family. I took the light and the ideals that my father had placed in me, and I ran with it. After creating a YouTube video in 2012, my video went viral, now having over 70,000 views. And in turn, P.S. Love You Day began to grow. I was featured in local newspapers, news channels, and on NBC. I was given the opportunity to speak on local charity walks, suicide prevention walks, and leadership seminars. I was afforded the opportunity to attend New York Metro Whole Week Leadership Conference and American Legion Auxiliary Girls State. However, it was at Girls State that I truly realized that ideas can turn into realities. I began to speak of P.S. Love You Day. I stated, I want to help that girl across the country. I want to help that girl who feels like she's alone, who feels abandoned, and I want to show her the opportunities that this country can give her. Not only did most of those 400 girls at Girls State bring back PS Levy Day to their hometown, but they elected me to attend Girls Nation, which was a week at Washington, D.C. Not only did I get to go to Washington, D.C. for the first time and fully engage myself in the political system, but I was able to go to the Walter Reed Military Center and have a barbecue with the wounded soldiers. I was able to meet our congressmen and our congresswomen and thank them. But at the end of the week, I was able to do something that was beyond amazing. I was able to step foot into the White House and meet the President of the United States. Those 98 girls that walked into that White House with me heard my story, and they brought PS Levy Day back home. PS Levy Day is now celebrated at Wisconsin, North Carolina, Nevada, Illinois, across New York, and so many other states, which is truly amazing. And it's something that proves that ideas can turn into realities and so much and beyond. In the beginning of the speech, I stated a quote. That quote was, "Very few of us here today are going to have the chance to change the course of human history. But all of us have a chance to change a small portion of events that can affect the way you live your lives. More importantly, how you affect the lives of those people around you." Well, that quote was stated by a very famous man here at Marist. President Murray stated that quote during his 2003 commencement. If elected, I have the ability, the networking skills, the previous experience, and the passion to take your ideas and turn them into realities. By being your president, I know what it takes so that personally you can make your ideas stand out on campus, stand out for those around you, and overall be amazing here on campus and not just an idea. President Murray has been here since 1979. However, if I'm elected president, I promise to make the class of 2018 the best class he has had yet. Vote for DiPalma for class of 2018 president if you want your ideas to turn into realities. Thank you very much. And I thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone has had an amazing 2 weeks here at Marist. I know I have. I'm Ciravolo. I'm running for the freshman class president of 2018. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an Eagle Scout who ran my troop back at home, and I was the president of my robotics club back at my high school. I was a Dean's List finalist award finalist and was granted and was the guardian of the honor flight. And the honor flight is we take World War II veterans and we help them get to Washington, D.C. because most of them haven't seen the World War II Memorial yet. So I was the guardian for that, and I helped them and I led them to get to Washington, D.C. Also, I am very involved in clubs and sports, but that was all the stuff I did in high school. Let me tell you about the stuff I'm doing now in college. I'm currently on the crew team, the fencing team, the UN Club, the photography club, the butcher club, the Italian American Club, SPC, and I'm doing community service through Marist. As you can see, I get involved in a wide range of activities, which is what I plan to do if elected your president. I won't focus on one issue and keep a blind eye to the other issues. I will take everybody's suggestions and opinions on various issues and try everything in my power to see that it gets done. I will voice the whole freshman class opinion because everybody's opinion matters. So class of 2018, let me hear your voice. Thank you.
My name is Lyons. I hail from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I went to boarding school at Brewster Academy. I became quite well known for my speeches, and it was a true blessing that I was able to give those speeches. Now, my reasons for running are simple. I'm only going to make you one promise, and that promise is that I'm going to work as hard as I can to make sure that anything and everything that you guys have anything you want, I'm going to make sure that at the very least it's heard, and we're going to hopefully make sure that those things happen. Now, many of you have probably met me because I'm kind of a very social guy. And as people such as Victoria Valentino can attest to, I am terrible with names. So I do apologize if I forget your name, but don't take it personally. Now, like I said, I'll work hard. It's the only promise I'll make you, but I promise you that, I'll work hard. Correct, Jesus. Anyways, you guys take care. Have a good evening. God bless. You're all beautiful people, and I love each and every one of you. Take care.
Good evening, fellow classmates, Marist College faculty, although nobody's here, and distinguished members of the Student Government Association. My name is Erin Seltzer, and I'm running to be the president of class of 2018. I would be remiss if I first and foremost did not thank all of you for attending speech night. It is people like you whose devotion truly makes a difference in the Marist community. I think that you guys all deserve a round of applause before I continue. So let's I stand before you tonight not only as candidate for president, but as one of your friends. Just like you, I endured the hard work while applying for college, the anxiety that inevitably came while waiting for a decision, and the feelings of accomplishment and satisfaction that accompany the acceptance letters, especially from Marist College. Many things attracted me to this institution, including the high academic standards, the numerous opportunities to get involved around campus, and the unwavering sense of school spirit. With that being said, we have finally arrived at the next chapter in our lives, a time for growth both personally and as a student body. As President Abraham Lincoln once said, the best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. I hold this statement in high esteem, not only because it was my senior yearbook quote, but because it remains valid in all phases of life, particularly in college. This is where we choose our path. Every decision that we make counts. As an innate leader and a dedicated individual, I want to be there to help each and every one of you succeed along the way. My experience in this area is unmatched. I served as both the class of 2014 president and National Honor Society president in my high school, as well as an officer in various other clubs. Currently, I am a member of the honors program here at Marist, where I am on the advisory board. However, I'm sure that every other candidate that's run for a class position across the world, basically, has partaken in something along these lines. I like to think of college as the big leagues, and in order to reach success, you have to have a winning team, and most importantly, you need a winning coach behind them. This is exactly what I plan to be for the class. I want your voice to be my voice. I want to be someone that you can approach at any time, for any reason. Over the past few days, I have walked door to door on campus, introducing myself to a majority of the freshman student body, although I probably bored the crap out of them. This task, although difficult, was extremely rewarding. I would like to take a moment to address a common question amongst my peers while I was walking door to door. They asked me, "Hey Erin, why are you running for class president?" Although it may sound like a simple question, it is perhaps one of the most difficult to answer. I seek this position not for the perks, nor for the popularity. My motivation is 100% intrinsic as it should be. It lies in the fact that I enjoy helping others and working together to effect positive change in our world. At the end of the day, my sense of fulfillment comes from knowing that I was able to make a positive difference, no matter how small it may be. As freshmen, we need fresh ideas. I have an outlined agenda to make the class of 2018 the best that it could possibly be, and that's excluding all empty promises. Without going into too much detail and boring you to death, I believe that our main concern for freshman year should be to strengthen the sense of community between all 4 residence halls, as well as that between the resident and commuter students. I would like to improve the overall well-being of the student body by pushing for academic and social reforms on the wide scale. Such include enhancement of faculty-student relationships, the introduction of new interest-based organizations on campus, and the allocation of SGA funding to chapters such as Model UN, that have yet to be recognized by the college's clubs, and raising money for various class events. In addition, I'd like to tackle many health and safety-related issues. Now, these are sometimes serious, hit close to home. But basically, it's one of my top priorities, to require the dining hall to provide a more varied menu, allowing for healthier options when possible. I know I want that. Over the summer, I actually went and I lost 30 pounds, much to my surprise. Yeah, so and that felt pretty damn good. There's that, and then also I wish to partner with the Marist Departments of Security and Health Services to introduce many programs on campus, including a Narcan training program. Now, I'm from Long Island, like every other person in this school, and far too many lives are lost to heroin each year at college campuses across the nation. And I know Long Island's a hotspot, but it's prevalent everywhere. I've seen it, I've seen the effects, I've seen my close friends affected by it. It's not pretty. With the new mandates for state schools to enforce this program, I feel it necessary, absolutely necessary, for private institutions like Marist to follow in their footsteps. Now, if any of you have additional questions on policy, I will be glad to answer them whenever, or tomorrow during Meet the Candidates Night. And I don't even know if that's still going on, so hopefully it is. So I'm going to wrap it up here. To conclude, I encourage you to cast your vote wisely for all class officers on the ballot. As I mentioned before, every decision that you make from here on out nonetheless impacts your future. In the next few days to come, I ask you to make one of those important decisions. It is absolutely necessary to have a strong voice for students in order to ensure that our college experience is the best that it can possibly be. I would be honored and humbled if you elect me, Eric Seltzer, to be your class president. Let's make a difference in the Marist College community, together, one day at a time. Thanks, guys.
Go get it.
Hi guys, my name is Erin. Thank you. I'm running to be your vice president. I'm going to start out by saying thank you to all of you for coming out tonight to support our class. I know you all have a lot going on, so it is nice for all of y'all to be here. I'm sure I speak for all the candidates tonight, and I said we greatly appreciate it. You all give me hope for the rest of the year. My goal is to bring us all together as a class by listening and learning about all of your talents and dreams. Whether you're on the football team or the basketball team, you're in the marching band or part of Greek life, you're in the honors program or a part of campus ministry, or any combination of clubs. You are an integral part of this class, and I want to encourage all of you to do what you love and embrace those gifts. I can help plan events that will trigger your interest and be a central voice when advocating for issues you're passionate about. If elected as vice president of our class, I will always be attentive and be open to any and all new ideas. I hope that you feel comfortable talking to any of us about something you're passionate about. I hope to work with the president to make this next year one you will never forget. I was a member of the student council at my high school for all 4 years, and I loved it. I really love being a leader, and I love seeing my class come together at either a sports game or a rally for a cause that they're passionate about. During my sophomore year of high school, I was able to advocate for healthier food in the cafeteria by talking to the administration and later presenting to the food service provider. There was a dramatic increase in organic and fresh foods. Then, my junior year, I was elected vice president of the class. That year, our class raised a record amount of money and also ended up winning Spirit Week, beating out the seniors, which I'm sure you all know is a rare occasion. I would love the chance again to lead my class in this kind of spirit. I'm incredibly passionate about student government, and I would love to have the opportunity to support all of you. I really care about each and every one of you, and I'm going to do my best to get to know you, individually and as a whole. I care about making sure this campus gives equal and appealing opportunity to each of you. Please share your ideas with me, and I will work with the rest of your elected officers to make them happen. If you care about being heard, about getting closer to your peers, and about having a freshman year you'll never forget, vote for me, Erin Myers, for Vice President. Thank you.
Marist. My name is Paola Rivera. I'm a fashion merchandising student, and I'm from Puerto Rico. I would like to become your class secretary. Most of you are probably thinking, what does a class secretary even do? Does she only take notes? Well, I say not me. As class secretary, I would not only execute the task given to me, I would go above and beyond for all my class's needs and wants. As a fellow freshman, I know exactly what you're all going through. Some of you are homesick, others are having trouble fitting in, and some of you are just scared and overwhelmed by the whole transition to college. Maybe even all of the above. I can honestly say we've all been there, and I know that in this kind of situation, good leadership is needed. I think if you would allow me to become part of our class's directive, I could help give our class the leadership it needs. It would truly be an honor and privilege to work with any of the elected candidates in order to make your freshman experience the best it can possibly be. I hope that you guys give me the chance to do this by voting for me for class secretary. I would like to thank everyone who helped me with my campaign, especially my friend Chelsea, who really helped me over the past few days. I really hope you guys give me an incredible opportunity, and remember, Victoria's real secret is that she votes for Paola for class secretary. Thank you.
As much as I would love to stand up here and talk to you guys for a really long time, I know we all just want to get back in bed and watch Netflix. So my name is Schilling, and I'm running to be your class secretary for your freshman year. When I was in high school, I was my school secretary, and I was also the secretary of a business club called DECA. I was also voted as most talkative in high school and as my class clown. But this really isn't about me, because I'm here to represent all of you guys. When I went around asking people to get those 90 signatures that we all had to do, I kind of asked students, what do you want changed? I know we've only been here for 2 weeks, but I'm sure there's already things that are kind of bothering you. The first response was air conditioning, but I think it's a little late for that now that it's getting cold. But some people said that they want to see a new spring band come in, a different type of music, so I said maybe I could try and work on that. And a lot of the students expressed that they want a TV in their common room because they can't fit 20 girls in a little dorm room to cry over the Fallen House stars. The final thing that I want to do that I think will be the greatest improvement is that I've heard a lot of students say, I have so much homework, I'm so stressed, and one thing I want to incorporate, join a club but also an event, is start on Therapeutic Tuesdays, which is when you would bring puppies into the gym and all the students can come play with dogs and really distress, and you would get to meet new people. So these are just some of my ideas, but I'm also open for any ideas that you have and anything you want to change, and I hope you vote for me to be your new secretary.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. You've heard quite a few speeches tonight, so I'm going to keep this short and to the point. My name is Kristen, Miragliotta, and I'm running for freshman class treasurer. In high school, I like to dip my toes into all the different sports and clubs, and I like to do that here as well. But most important to me is student government. I was very involved in sports and other clubs where I held offices like vice president, historian, and on my varsity tennis team, I was captain. Last year, I even held the position of student council president, where I learned a lot about leadership, organization, and student activities. Being involved in student government was an amazing experience for me, and I'd very much like to continue that into my college years. As an accounting major, I thought that the position of treasurer would be perfect. This way, I would be involved in student government, and I would be dealing with finances and spreadsheets, which I actually find kind of enjoyable. Although I've only been a student at Marist for a short time, I've fallen in love with it. I believe I have a lot to bring to this position of treasurer, and I would be honored to have the opportunity to give back to my classmates and my school. Thank you.